Hey everyone, welcome to CBC Current Book Club. Happy Easter to everyone. Hi Diane. Hi Helen. Thanks for being here, guys. Now, this is part 3 of colouring backgrounds, although the backgrounds are already completed. I'll stick with the theme. So this is part 3 and probably the final part. I'll just play around colouring today. So I hope you're all having a nice Easter. Eat lots of chocolate. Rightio. Okay. So now I've picked out a few colours here. I'm trying to use up my small pencils. And I might even grab a pencil extender. There we go. I think this one's light green. It's that short. Okay. Hey, Mona. I'm good. Helen, hope you're good as well. Hey, B. Got some chocolate, girl? You had mute on. I'm here, had a long day. Over 200 shot, plus I got my second shot. Hey, Kimmy. Yeah, still Saturday evening for you guys, yeah. It's Sunday, Easter morning for us here. And daylight savings ended at 3 o'clock this morning, so extra hours sleep, which was good. Now, I think this is light green. It's very short. I'm trying to use up these pencils. So I can get some new ones out. Now, Teresa asked me in comments if the ink bleeds through. No, it does not. It's perfect. It's only the alcohol inks or anything that bleeds through, but no bleed through whatsoever. Not even wrinkly. It's just a bit like acrylic paint. It's pretty good actually. So light green. That's the horses finishing off their breakfast, so they're tossing the feed bins around. Parrot green 1006. So for those who haven't seen part 1 and part 2, I used acrylic inks, Holcroft ink. Now, I don't know if anyone overseas has actually found them because they are actually Australian ink. And I also used, which is Holcroft India ink and FW ink. Dark green 908. I'm using all Prismas at the moment. Oh, we've got beautiful weather here at the moment. It's really warm. Absolutely gorgeous weather. It's like spring. 1005. I can't remember what it is. I'd have to get the book out. Haven't coloured in over 2 months. Yeah, we all need a break, Kimmy, but I hope you get back into it soon, girl. I know you're busy at the moment. No, we didn't do chocolate this year. Kids too old now. You're never too old for chocolate. Hey, Abby. Oh, Daydreams is one of your favourite books, Kimmy. Now, Prisma. 1005, where are you? Lime peel. Wesley's had his breakfast. He's outside playing around. Just put some nice colours in here. Excuse me, I might just blend that out a bit more back to the dark green 908. I'm just going to feather that out a little bit. Hey Sherry, what was that noise? It was a tractor going up the road. I know, Heather, we need to have a colour on chat. When you get home, Kimmy, let me know. Fully brave today, working for a hand drawing background from my balloons and elephants from wow. Yes, active morning out there this morning. Couple of cars going past and guy across the road that just cattle goes up and down the road doing a bit of work with the tractor. And AAP, for those who watched Jahari and the giraffes, they lost April the other day. She's had osteoarthritis and been in a lot of pain, and they decided the best thing to do would be to let her go. So that's very, very sad news. And they lost Congo, which is another giraffe, at Nashville Zoo. So on the 1st of April. So yeah, a couple of giraffes are in over the Rainbow Bridge now, which is very sad. Worlds of Wonder. Okay, yep. Joanna Basford's book. I haven't gotten that book yet, Sherry, of all other books. Yeah. Yeah, she was much loved giraffe. She was very friendly and affectionate. So very, very sad. Back to the dark green. I'll do a couple of leaves and then I'll do the rest off stream. to lime peel 1005. And I'm actually working in Rhapsody in the Forest at the moment too. And I picked a doozy. I've looked at it for months, a long time. And I finally thought, yep, I think I'll start it. Do I really want to start? Once I put the pencil on the paper, it's like, well, I've committed to it now. So I've started on that. So I'll show you that in a minute. Okay. Parrot green. Hello, little man. What you doing? He's got something hanging off his whisker. Hang on a minute, guys. What in the world is that? Come here. Bit of dry mud or horse poo or something. I don't know what it was, but it was hanging off his whisker. So I'm doing this one at the moment. All that brickwork, every single one of them individually. Took me a little while, but it's getting there. So I'm working on that at the moment. She was sort of old. She was 20 apparently. I thought she was only 16, but she was 20. Thank you. And I used a fair bit of the Derwent drawing in Rhapsody in the Forest too. Gave those a go. Used them for the brickwork actually. And they're a funny sort of a pencil. They're kind of pastel chalky kind of texture to them. But they go nice in the Rhapsody book actually. Lime peel. Now I'll use the light green. Just a little bit of 90% French grey, I think it is. Yeah, 90% French grey. So they're getting that short. I have to refer to my book. Just lightly, just to bring back the brightness. I'm going to go back over just to blend it out a little bit. Okay. Pick another leaf. I haven't really decided what colour to do the birds yet. Parrot green, 1006. Dark green, 908. And a bit of lime peel. Light green. And 90% French grey. I could do with a sharpen now too. Back to the light green just to blend it out a little bit. Okay. Put those away for the leaves. I might do some leaves later on or do them off stream. Sip of my coffee. Hey Della, your book's on its way to you, girl. Hi Tammy. Oh, you got more snow. Thank you, Sherry. I don't use that one very much. I'll use that one. I'll do the flowers in theme with the background. I've chosen these for now. Lavender 934. I'll use black grape 996. Yeah, just keep an eye on your postie or whatever. And with Easter, it'll probably take a few more days. But they usually allow two weeks, I think, for Australia, but they're usually pretty good, 10 days or something. So you probably shouldn't take as long. But just keep an eye out for it. Oh, Tammy, you didn't. Oh, no. Do not rub eyes after cutting onion. And I'll tell you, don't touch your eyes after garlic either. Oh, Heather, how's the little man doing? He's good. He's outside playing, enjoying the sun. Man, it was so cold this morning. Frost was everywhere. Okay, black grape 996. This might be a bit too dark. See how we go. It's all blending into itself at the moment. So I might put no, I don't want it that dark. What colour to use? I might use a turquoise erogeton. See how we go. Thank you, Kimmy. I have just cut both. Oh, let's put it this way. Your page has a soft blue effect happening. Oh, Tammy, no. Oh, yeah, I did it years ago. Cut some garlic and then rub my eye. Oh, my God. I'll never do it again. So this is turquoise erogeton. And mulberry 995. Oh, God, no. I know if your eyes water while you're cutting onions, put your wrist under the tap and run cold water on it. That stops your eyes from rubbing. I don't know if you actually rub it in your eyes, it'll work, but it does work if you're cutting onions and they're juicy and your eyes start to water. That works. Funny how little wives' tales like that work. Yeah, Martha Gardner is a book. she's got a lot of handy hints. Household handy hints that you can use for different things. I missed one of the stamens. Just go over them again. Maybe a light pink as well. Here we go. 50 million colours coming out here. Deco Pink 1014. Just blend that mulberry. And the Deco Pink over the top of the mulberry is it's kind of a nice colour actually. Back to the lavender for a minute. And then my little itty bitty white. Make sure it's clean. Just blend that out a little bit, soften it up. That looks okay. I should probably zoom in a little bit for you guys. Heather, I have to get off for a few. We'll try to make it back. No worries, Kimmy. I thought the same thing. I thought I was just my mind. Making potato bake for lunch. Yum. Yum. In Japanese is Roji Ten. Go, Tammy. Pronounced differently. Hello, when you say that it sounds naughty. What did I say? Hey, you got me wondering what I said. It's early to be cutting onions. I heard that they were kind of hard though. It lost me. I'm in my own little world colouring. I hear what I said. You have to refresh the old brain. heard they were kind of hard. Which one? I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, Rogerton's. They are. I wondered if that's what you were talking about. They are a hardcore pencil, and a lot of people say, I have seen people say they haven't got a high pigment. They're beautiful colours. They're quite pastel-y. There's no real dark. There they are. There. You can make up your own mind. They are a hardcore pencil. They're not the easiest pencil in the world to blend, but if you work with them, you can get, you can get some blending out of them. But they're very pastel-y colours. But there's all 90 of them there. Would I buy them again? No, I don't know. Prismas, Polys, the Arteza, and a couple of the others are my favourites. Pablo's. The Masters I was using a bit last night. I put it back in and it's like this stupid. No, they're hard. They're like a cheap budget pencil. Don't like them. Would never get them again. They are a budget pencil anyway, but no, I would not get them again. Whoops, one of my dividers is come loose. Darn it, now it's even more loose. I have to re-glue it. There's a few I wouldn't get again. I've got Delhi and Thornton here. Probably wouldn't get them again either. The higher end pencils, your more expensive pencils are good pencils. But I'd have to say Prismas are my go-to. They are so versatile. Alright, let's do another one. I'll zoom in. I have several budget pencils that I totally love personally. Yep, and everyone's got their own taste. Hi, Aspie. I haven't got the Verithin, so I don't know. Someone else might. One day I might get the graph tint. They're quite expensive though, I think so. But yeah, I don't know. I'm actually a bit up in the air at the moment because Kara's 31 now, getting older, and if I lost her, I don't know how Belly's gonna go without her. I think she'll lose her mind. Hopefully not, but she's very attached to Kara, so that's a hard one. And then when I haven't got the horses anymore, I do think of getting out of here. And it's just doing my head in with all the stuff. If I downsized, I'd love to go into like over 55's retirement village, with low maintenance and secure fencing, small community with the, you got the security gate, and some of them have indoor swimming pools and art and craft rooms and restaurants where you can go and have your meal made for you, and that would be so nice. But there's so much legally talk out there as well. There's land lease, and so you own the house but not the land. And if I sold this, I own this, I own the land, the house. If I did that, sort of going backwards. And then some of the houses are beautiful, but the prices are too high. I don't know how much I would get for this place, but, I'm hoping to have Kara for a couple more years yet, although she's getting old. It's on my mind constantly now. It's worrying me. But long term, And I had a gum tree limb fall down in the mud brick yard the other day, and it's now got to chop that up. And I've got other gum trees outside, which are council trees, they're not my trees, and they're hanging over the fence, and if they come down, it cause a lot of damage, and just it's like getting too old for this shit. Getting up on the roof, cleaning the guttering out. Now I've got tools out in the shed. I'd have to sell everything. All my horse gear. I've got 3 saddles there and horse rugs, and brand new, mind you, never really used. And because Cara likes to go and roll in the dam, even if she's got a rug on, so I don't rug her. And she's getting older, and it'll probably be better to rug her over winter, but the bugger goes and lies in the dam, and she's got a soaking wet rug. And it's like, oh, damned if you do, damned if you don't, kind of stuff. Packing everything up, and the stress. I said I'd never move again, I'd die here, but yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, very up in the air at the moment, and it's just constantly on my mind. So I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I think it depends on what the colouring project. It always depends on the different types of paper and all that sort of thing. Absolutely. There's places like this that don't. Yeah, they don't all lend lease. Not all of them. But it's finding something, in your price range and all that sort of stuff. And, I mean, I go on and had a bit of a look. I've had a look a couple of times. Probably last year or so, and then the other day I had a bit of a sneak around, had a bit of a look. But I mean, I can have a bit of a look, but I'm hoping I have more, Cara for a couple more years yet. She's getting older, so I have to face facts. So I don't know, could be 12 months, could be 2 years, could be 5 years. I have no idea at the moment, and how much I'd get for this place and all the rest of it. So it doesn't help not knowing what sort of budget you've got to play with, kind of thing. And no, they don't all lend lease. Yeah, that's broken. No, you might as well come off. Be done with it. I don't like to admit it, and I don't usually admit it, but it is a bit overwhelming. Just selling everything. The horse float. I moved Cara over here, and the poor thing has sat there for 10 years ever since. And it's all right. It's dirty. It needs a good wash. But the paint's starting to peel off one side. It was a beautiful float when I bought it. It was undercover. And here I can't have it. I don't have anything tall enough to have it undercover. So it's in the weather. So it's sort of deteriorating and hasn't been used. Things like that as well. So it's not in as good a condition as what it was. Could do with a good wash, that would clean it up, but the paint coming off, which is not a big deal. But I paid $4,100 for it, and I wouldn't get that for it now. The way it is, just things like that. Having to, it is. Sell all the tools that are there because I wouldn't need them. Getting rid of stuff inside as well. There's DVDs there that I don't really want. Just have a garage sale and sell them. A lot of kitchen stuff, get rid of it because I don't use it. It's just holding on to stuff and letting go of it or donating it to the op shop or whatever. my mum's wedding rings and that. Well, I've got no one to leave them to, and they're no good to me. I don't wear rings. Things like that, you know. It's just like, yeah. Hubby and I finally going back to theatre supposedly. COVID adjustments, yeah, 32nd anniversary, and I really want to see the new King Kong Godzilla movie. Oh, Sherry, congratulations to you and hubby. 32 years. Oh, enjoy the movie. It looks good. The previews actually looks really good. Sounds like a lot of upkeep. I would not be able to do it. Yeah, well, that's what I'm, looking at the future. And the other thing that really, really pisses me off is having to have the bonnet up on my car so the rats don't get in there and do what they did a few years ago and bloody chew the shit out of everything. I have to constantly have the bonnet up on my car, and the weather's getting to that, and I'm sick of it. That gets to me as well. Beautiful car, and it has to have the bonnet up on it. That annoys the crap out of me. I'm just looking at the future, getting older, and not wanting to get up on the roof and clean the leaves out of the gutters. And I got my tank stand fixed, so that finally got done. It took him ages, but it finally got done. And then he said a couple more jobs and I'll come and get you right on, and I'll give that a service for you and everything. Well, I'm still freaking waiting, and I'm getting jacked off asking for people to do stuff, get it done, and it's still not done, and it's jacking me off as well. And I've got solar hot water and solar electricity here. I'm not off the grid, I'm on the grid, but it certainly makes it a lot better. And I'm on tank water, so there's no water bill. So if I move, don't have a water bill. If I move somewhere without solar hot water and that, I'd have to get it installed again. So that's, quite a few grand for that, because it does save money. It is handy. Just things like that. Not having a water bill and then having a water bill, and now if I didn't have the horses, well, there goes the money for, that'll be on the water bill, and what, so it compensates, sort of thing. Chopping up wood, having wood, making a mess, dust in the house and that. If I moved, if I didn't have a wood fire and I had to hate gas. I can't stand gas heating. Kills my eyes. But, having to make those changes, and what bills I haven't got, like for wood, would go to gas heating or what's the name heating? What is it, Belinda? You know what I'm talking about. Your hubby does that. I can't think what you call it. Central heating. Your what's the name? Yeah. Cooling heating system. I can't even think what you call them now. Just, and they can cost a pretty penny to run those darn things. So just all that sort of stuff. So that's where I'm at the moment. Having a good old whinge and a bitch. What are you selling, Heather? Well, nothing at the moment, but yeah, just looking at the future and all the stuff that, all my books on my bookshelves. If I moved, I wouldn't have the built-in bookshelf that I got when I moved here. I got one built, custom designed, and one for the lounge room for the tally and all the DVDs and all that sort of stuff. I'd have to get that done as well. And I can't stand having like bookcases and stuff that you move, dust gets down behind them. I'd rather them built in. Sherry, you'd have to be sorry. It's all right. I'm just thinking of, I've just got, Kara's getting older and I'm a bit, I'm just a bit, she's getting older, so I'm facing facts kind of thing, and looking to the future and what the hell I'm going to do. I've got 5 acres. You want to buy it, Belinda? No, I wouldn't do that, Tammy. I'd just sell them. The rings and everything. I've got no one to leave them to. That's a lot to consider, weighing the pros and cons. Yeah, tell me about it, Della. I know my head's constantly going around like a bloody windmill. Excuse me. Just looking at these flowers, just in theme with the background. So I've known you guys, or a lot of you, for quite a while now, so I feel comfortable enough in just chatting about it, and it's kind of good to sort of say it out loud and get it in the open. But yeah, Kara's getting older, so when I haven't got the horses anymore, there's no point in sort of being here. It's just, but I love it here. It's nice. It's pretty quiet. You get days where there's hardly any traffic, and then other days it can get a bit busier. But it's not a busy road. It's a good road. It's not a main road or anything. Oops. And the other thing, if something, like the rat's got my car about, I don't know if it was 4 or 5 years ago or whatever now. If something happened to my car, a breakdown, I wouldn't start or something, I'm stuck out here. And that's another thing as well that I'm considering. Can't get to the shops or anything like that, so I'm looking at that sort of stuff as well. It is a lot to think about and take in. That's why my mind's just constantly reeling at the moment. But my biggest concern is my baby girl out there, 31. She lost a fair bit of weight over summer, and age and everything, horses get older. She's not as sprightly looking these days, God love her. So I'm back on hard feed, and from now on I think she'll be on hard feed for the rest of her life. Maybe over spring she might get a bit of a break with that beautiful rich grass out there. But I don't know how much longer she's lost 4 teeth. So if she loses too many more, that'll be her downfall as well. If they've got no teeth, they can't eat. So that's a bit of a... We'll see what happens. It's a lot of land to take care of. It is, especially if the guy'd come and take the bloody ride on and get it serviced. I could get out there and mow. And I get the harrow and put that on the back of the ride on and spread the horse poo out. I haven't done that in months because the fan belt's loose on it and it keeps slipping off. So I'm just waiting for him to come and get it. I'll give him a ring after Easter. So I just had a tooth pulled about a month ago, nearly a month ago. So I'm a bit worried about the back tooth as well. And dentists cost a fortune. So, Excuse me while I scream. Having a good old bitch session. Vent. See, if I was colouring and I wasn't streaming, I'd be thinking about it in my head quietly, but because I'm live streaming, I can say it out loud. You enjoyed hanging out with Dot today, Sherry. I'm having a bitch session. Forever security, living in a community age. Creeps up, yeah. Too dry for me there, and my asthma doesn't handle the cold well. It's not that bad cold. My horse is 32 when she passed. I had her since she was born. Yeah, Aspie, so you'd know. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a few of you'd understand with animals in general, but yeah, I've had her since she was 6 or 7 years old, and she's a little angel. I'll be absolutely beside myself. I will be devastated. And the thing is, if I lost her, I don't know how Belly's gonna go. She's lost without her. That's her security blanket. And I don't want any more. I said I wouldn't get any more animals after Bess, and of course I love cats, and when I saw Wesley, that was it. There was just something special about him. And I love him to bits. He's awesome. He's so funny. When I had Bess, because I've got a cyclone fence out there, so when I used to go and feed the horses, Bess would run the fence line, go off a nut. And now the cat does it. He runs up the fence line. It's so funny. It's like, oh my god, he's taken Bess's place in that respect. It's so funny. Then I was out in the garden the other day tidying up a little bit, and he's out there running around. He's under the bushes and comes up and has a smooch and says hello, and then goes off and does his own thing, and then comes back and checks on me again, and just lies on the ground on the grass, and he's cool. He's good. Oh, thanks, B. Having a sounding board for your thoughts. Yeah. It's like when I had to put my Missy cat down at 16. I had her since she was just a few months old. That was hard. Yeah. Oh, you got one of those, a cat dog. Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely. My cats have usually been like that. Cat / dog. Yep. Yep. And the front gate's got a bit of a gap in it. And when I was cleaning up, it's a cyclone fence, and a bit of the grass is, getting long and sticking up. So I was pulling that out. So he managed to get through the gate and out the front. And then I'm on the one side pulling the grass. He's on the other with his paw, It's like, get back inside, you. I don't want him out there. And then I took the bins out on Thursday night, and he come out, went through the gate. I actually had I've got a bit of bark there, so he can't get through it. But when I put the bins out, he went out there and he was hanging around the bins, and then he walked on to the middle of the road. And like I said, it's a quiet road, and it's like, get back here. So I had a bit of bark, just scratching it on the ground, so he come running, grabbed him, brought him back in, put the bark back in between the two gate poles so he can't get out. Like, don't watch him out there. Yeah, you took your cat for walks, Sherry, yeah. Yeah, Shadow's one of those. Yeah, cats are awesome. Yeah, I used to go for walks, and Tess would come with me, running in and out of people's front yards, and for security. But yeah, she was awesome. If you work, had the bonnet up on the car and you're working under the car, she'd be up there having a look, getting in there with you, and doesn't matter what you were doing. If I went and rode the horse out in the paddock, this is way back years ago, if I jumped on car and went out in the paddock for a ride, she'd want to come. When we had quite a hill, went down the hill, down the driveway to the letterbox or whatever, and go and check the mail, and I had the horse walking behind me, I had Bud, which is my boyfriend's dog, and I had Tess. All four of us going for a walk down the driveway. This is lilac I'm using at the moment. But I can't stand living in suburbia. Ugh, the thought of it just, ugh. But yeah, a small community would be all right. Especially if they had an indoor pool and, and a gym and an art craft room. And some of them have got some really good facilities. And that's another thing too, you have to pay for that. Like, lot to consider. But that sure would be nice. Get up in the morning, go for a swim, come back home, have a shower, start streaming. I love gardening, but not having a garden, like to look at a big garden to look after, as much as I love my gardening. I do enjoy it. Not having to worry about any of that would be nice as well. More time for colouring. Yeah. You did the right thing though, Sherry. Shadow is one in a million, quite the personality. Oh, Shadow's gorgeous to listen to. That's funny because nobody thinks he's a cat. Speaking of, someone's at the door. Cobwebs hanging off his eyebrows. And I'll just blend this out a little bit. All right, 1, 2, 3. That's 4 of those. Oh no, there's 2 to go. I might as well do them. You like watching people colour, colouring anything from grass to God knows what. So I might as well do the other 2. Then the pencils are out the way. So lilac first. Did anyone go and grab any freebies from last week when I put the link up? Had some nice ones there to grab. I only grabbed the ones from Agusa. There were 6 of them. They were quite nice, so I grabbed those. But did anyone go and have a look? If anyone wasn't in my last stream, the link is there on my last video in chat somewhere. About 3/4 of the way through, I think. If you want to fast forward. I love talking to all of you. I got a Mariola image of the bunny. Oh, okay. I got the Kanoko Agusa pics too. Yeah, they're nice, aren't they, Aspie? They're good pictures. I thought the purples would be nice to go with the background, sort of limiting the colour palette a little bit instead of having 50 million colours. What is that? Oh yeah, it's just the what's a stamen. Oh, that was mulberry. Now Deco pink. Deco pink. Take your pick. Black grape, 996. Oh, I keep getting a tickle in the throat. I didn't, but I pledged Jasmine Beckett with it on Patreon again. Purples are good anyway. Yeah, purples are good. Purple is a healing colour too. It's a good colour. See, this Rogerton turquoise with the black grape, really nice colours together. Yeah, just the white just to blend it out a little bit. I don't know what colour will do the birds. I was thinking about doing a bit of gold. Might do a bit of gold. One more flower. What you doing, Wesley? Hello. He's a little goer. He loves to bite everything. I mean, everything. Oops, wrong colour. Lilac first. I'll give that a bit of a sharpen. Hi, Abby, you're back. I do too. I've not done one in a while. I'm not in. I'm not. I have to say, I'm just not one for Jasmine's stuff. I'm not into the big. I've said it a million times before, but I'm just not into those big goggly-eyed, so-called cute, not cute pictures with the big, huge, round eyes and the big, round Betty Boop face. No, I'm just not my thing. It's all right. Some people don't like horror. Some people don't like horror. Some people don't. To each their own personal taste. Sounds like I might be working with some sheep up the road. Black grape. Rogerton turquoise. So yeah, Rogertons are a hard pencil, but they're not. They are nice colours. I like them. Very pastel-y colours. Bit of deco pink. I did the basic petal, all lilac, but this one I'm adding the deco pink onto the petals as well, just to be a bit different, just to vary it up a little bit. They don't all have to be exactly the same. And then just to fluff it up a bit. And I might do one bird gold and the other bronze or something. I'm not sure. I can put those away because I don't need them now. I've got them all done. Usually I quite often do a few and then put the pencils in the tray and do the rest off stream. But I got them all done. Because you guys like watching grass grow. So now, bear with me while I find my pencils, the ones I need. Goldenrod, cream, think it's canary yellow. And I might, oh no, I got a new light umber out, I think. I'll use my new light umber. I think that's right. Most of them not more either, but Mariolas are a shining exception. It's like Joanna's, I'm not into, but I love it. It's okay, just not my thing. Yeah, a bit with you there, B. I have never coloured anything. I've got a few. I love Enchanted Forest. Some of her stuff is too leafy for me, but I love her Christmas book and the new one. Yeah, a lot of plants and flowers and stuff. Yeah, I saw it, but personally, I think it's too much negative space, just big white backgrounds, and it's like, nah. Just too much detail for me. I've done nearly a whole book, nearly a day. I don't know about watching grass grow, but I love watching paint dry. Get on your ass for you. Yeah, too much negative space for me. Personally, too much big white backgrounds. No. Same with Clara's latest book. She she wanted feedback and got feedback, but a lot less backgrounds now. This sort of thing just there's a bit of background on that, but not too bad. Yeah, so when you got one thing, you got all this background, and it's just like, it doesn't take my fancy. It's better when, you've got a lot less background. Cream. Yeah, I'll make this one. Cream to start off with. Canary yellow. Goldenrod. And light umber. I haven't used it yet. It's a newbie. Shaking my head. That's for backgrounds. Yeah. That's where you create your own. Yeah, we've got time for that. And light umber. And I like backgrounds like this where, you know, you can paint with acrylic or distress inks or pan pastels or whatever the case may be, and fill it in. I don't mind doing that. But when a whole lot of the book is, you know, just covered in this little picture in the middle and this big white background, it's like, I can't be, no. Pass. I've got a whole lot of other pictures and books I'd rather spend time on. I mean, the Rhapsody in the Forest picture that I'm doing at the moment, you know, yeah, that's heaps of detail in that. Back to the goldenrod. And just lightly back to the canary yellow. Am I buffering or something? That's right. So canary yellow. And then back to the cream. Back to the light umber down the bottom. Back to the goldenrod. Back to the canary yellow, just very lightly now. Just blend it in a little bit. And just polish it off with a bit of cream. I think this is brown ochre 943. Burnt ochre 943. And is that burnt sienna brown 945. And then underneath sepia 948. And a bit of sand 940. Just for the top of his beak, just lighten that off a little bit. I might keep those out too. Now I've got Decide what medium to use for my background, paint or watercolour, intense decisions. I know it gets hard, doesn't it, Sherry? Actually, it reminds me of Joanna. That the background is pretty, Heather. Thank you, Sherry. What is paintly? That paintly background is pretty. It's good. I love the gold in the gold in this. Really pretty. That's why I like this book. You always, you do something, a project or whatever, and then you look at it and then you think you could tweak it up a bit. All my colour combos. Sometimes I think, I should write that down, and I'm too lazy to get the book out and do it. I'll do a bit more of this bird, and then cream, goldenrod, canary yellow, and light umber, which is gold. And then there's copper. There's a couple of different coppers, which I haven't tried. I quite like that one. That one there, that's from Ruth Sanderson. And then I've got rose gold. I haven't tried that one either. And then on the other side, got a heap of others. These are all metals: copper, gold, silver, bronze, diamond. So I wrote all those down. But seeing I've started this bird and he's got a goldish kind of head, I suppose I should do a bit more of him because it looks funny. Oh, I meant pastel part. No, pastel. Oh, if you mean this background here, the pastels, yep. And that's done in pencil. It's not done in an actual pastel. Typing fingers don't want to work. I understand, girl. I tell you what, some of the most amazing backgrounds I see are from the Joanna's groups. They are simply astonishingly good. Yeah. And I mean, you see some pictures and you go, I don't know. I've got a couple of books there. It's like, I didn't mind Lizzie Mary Cullen's book, but when you see them coloured by Peter Hewitt and that, and you see how colourful they are, and you can just go to town with colours, it's like, well, I kind of like that now, that book. So I've got Magical City and Magical Journey books there, and I love them because you just go to town with colours, all bright and nice colours, just really pretty. And just go crazy with different mediums on them as well. That's why I like Hannah Carlson's book. I just go crazy with different mediums. You can use watercolour, you can use acrylic, ink, and the handles it really well. Different pencils, all handle it really well. And that's why I like her book. I've only got Daydreams and Summer Nights, but they're the two I'm happy with. But I think the watercolour here is watercolour background. This one's all done. Whoops. This one is all done with Prisma. I actually think these two backgrounds are Neo Colour too. And then I've got, like gel pen, glitter gel pen, bit of bling happening with the crown. They just go crazy in her book with different mediums. JB's books, I like that. Her artist edition at Hannah K is super good. I have been a good girl this year. I've bought a few essential things. Cut 2 new Prisma sharpeners the other week. They're an essential item. And a few other things. But I have been a very, very good girl this year. This is cream. And the only book that I can think of that I bought offhand is for the giveaway, Circle of Life. I might say, I'm just thinking now, I might even go a bit, do some glitter or gel pen. So that's cream. Bit of canary yellow. Actually, I went the wrong way then. Doesn't matter. Goldenrod. And a bit of white umber. I'm going to go in quite dark at the start. And back to the goldenrod. And a bit of cream. Bit of canary yellow. I can't remember where I got the combination from, but it's a good way of doing gold. You're very naughty, Sherry. They'll love me. For someone who doesn't like a lot of white space, you do fabulous backgrounds. Oh, thank you, Della. Trying to sketch partial top from my elephant going surprisingly well. Oh, awesome. Hope you share it on Instagram or whatever. Bit of goldenrod. I like these kind of backgrounds. Years ago, before I moved over here, girlfriend and I used to do art and craft all day. Not colouring, it was actual art and craft. Go to the op shop and grab stuff and paint it up and everything. And I used to use, I think it was Art Folk paint. And I used to mix, there was a metallic, just an ordinary paint and a bit of metallic in it, and mix it up, and used to get these really pretty shimmery colours, and that's why I like these. And it just reminds me of years ago when we used to muck around painting stuff up and playing around. Back to the cream. That's a bit rough. Bit of light umber in there. Only lightly though to darken that orange up a bit. Not too much. Cool. Bit of canary yellow. I might even just a little bit of green, maybe pale sage. 1089. Make sure it's clean. Won't even really be able to tell. It's a very light colour, but just a bit of variation in there. And then the white. It's a bit blotchy down here. It's like there's cat hair or something stuck on the pencil. And he's good. He doesn't lose much hair, which is great. So that pale sage, you can't even really tell that it's there. There we go. Just blend that out a bit. Smooth it out. What else could I use? No, I'll keep going. I've already done the cream. Canary yellow. And it can be as light or as dark as you'd like it to be. Bit of goldenrod. A little bit of light umber. back to the cream, smooth that out a bit. I actually want that darker, so I'll go back in. Or canary yellow, just lightly. Back to the cream. Now, goldenrod. And I might use, is it burnt sienna? Sienna brown 945. Give that a sharpen. That's quite a creak. I know this chair drives me nuts with squeak, squeak. Ellie, you always do great, and this is gorgeous. Thank you, Abby. Hi, Abby, and there she does. Thanks, guys. All right, now this one's burnt sienna, just a bit darker. And sand. Now, I've got different golds here. This one's a Signo. If you don't like the black lines and you want to cover them up, it's not the gold I had in mind. Where's my other one? I don't know. See, all the cheap gel, to use them up, I wouldn't replace them either. And this is the gold I wanted. It's the right one. Bit of sand. Which looks like a bit of an orangey colour. With the other colours that are on here. You can add a bit more colour in there as well. It broke. What a difference when your pencil sharpener's sharp, like the shavings that come off, compared to when it's not sharp. Big difference. try some WD-40. Yeah, I know. I just haven't got around to it. My chair was doing that and it was driving me batty. So hubby put some W in it, fixed it. Yeah, I know. I just haven't got around to it. Thank you, Mona. I think this is the first time I've seen canary yellow used on an actual canary. Yeah, this one is Chartreuse 1004. I can do this little bit of his wing in here. Bit of white umber. He's got a lot of pattern on him. Oops, yep, knock everything flying. Canary yellow, canary cream, canary yellow. Goldenrod. White umber. Back to the goldenrod. Back to the canary yellow. So I'm going to keep thinking about that now, the canary and the canary. Good one. And cream. And I can use the gold signo for the ends. The gold against the purple is really pretty as well. Or you can use a white Posca if you want. Get rid of the white lines, the black lines. You can't even tell I'm really putting the gold on there. But it does bring the black back a little bit. Alright. Now let me see. What do I need? Sand. Pumpkin orange. Mineral orange. And sepia. So half the pencils I've got out already. And for this little guy up here, sand. For me personally, the black lines, sometimes I get rid of them totally. And sometimes, like if I use this sand or a cream, it dulls out the black lines. And I don't like that look for me personally. I'd rather the black lines were clear. So either have them, stand out left alone, or cover them completely. But having that washed out look, if I put white over the top of them or a light cut, I don't like it. That's just for me personally. So that's sand. I might as well do his head as well. Sand. Mineral orange. So notice I'm going over light and then building it up to the colour that I want. And not going too heavy because you want the other layers on there as well. Oh, that's not mineral orange. Yeah, that's mineral. It is mineral orange. What the hell is that? Oh, pumpkin orange. Pumpkin orange 1032. And then for the sepia, which is a very dark colour. Happy Wesley said, let them fly off the page. I'm on it. I've been known to make laugh and annoy at the same sentence. That was on my old YouTube name. Doesn't really matter. Oh, Sherry's colouring and painting corner. Now, sepia is a dark colour. And this is not a combination that I have tried yet, so it's new to me as well. I'll go a bit darker under his leg for a bit of shadow. But I like these colours together. Quite pretty. Back to the mineral orange. And then the pumpkin orange. And back to the sand. And I've got this beautiful colour. Where is it? The Signo Copper. Love this colour. Yeah, they don't stand out very much. I was a bit dubious about using that. I should wait till it dries. Just a bit of sand around that. And I can get a white posture or something. Yeah, I'm not sure. Now I've used the white Posca to lighten those loops up. When it dries, I might go over with the gold. Keep them separate, yep. Yep, that's what I do too, Sherry. Now you're in top party. All right. So I use the white Posca to lighten it up first. And then went over with the gold Signo. And you can sometimes get rid of the black lines. I need to do just a little bit under there. So we've got a male and a female. Now I've got this all mixed up. Sand, mineral orange, pumpkin orange and sepia. And keep those over there because they're separate. So I've done the sand. Mineral orange. Pumpkin orange. Sepia. Back to the pumpkin orange. Back to the mineral orange. I don't mind the look of that sepia through the oranges. It's not bad actually. Might not be for everyone, but I don't mind the look of it. It's quite a nice colour. Yeah, this one's a sand. And I might use the cream. Keep his head light. Back to the pumpkin orange. That's quite a nice colour. I like that. Just smooth that out a bit. Blend it in a little bit. I might give him a green eye. I think it's grass green. 912 apple green. There you go. So he's got a bit of a green eye happening there. And the other little guy, what colour will I do his eye? Something different. Something I don't use very much. Periwinkle. Just to be different. Now, I usually get my Sharpie. Darken up the pupil. I've got to tell you, I love those two, the Labrador pups that I did. I look when I see that, they are just so cute. So where did you learn how to horse massage? I find that fascinating. The canaries are looking very pretty. Thank you, Aspie. Horse massaging. I live in Melbourne, Victoria. Live in Victoria, Australia, and I did my horse massaging at, oh my God, 1997. Isn't that terrible? Was it 1397? 23, 20 odd years ago. 24 years ago. Holy shit. National College, I had to think, sorry, that's why I was rambling. National College of Traditional Medicine. And that's where I did my horse massage course. And the director of study, Sandy Rogers, her CV, I tell you what, is as long as my arm. She's got master's degrees and diplomas, and you want to see her resume. Absolutely astounding, the knowledge that she has. But they also did human massage courses there, naturopathy, different alternative, all different things there. But the horse massage course was fantastic. It was adult learning. It was quite intense. It was only once a month, one weekend a month. A few times there, it was twice a month. But we did everything. Like, there's 10 anatomical systems: digestive, reproductive, endocrine system, and blah blah blah. There's 10 of them. And also we did autopsies, and autopsy. And I love horses and never really wanted to see a dead horse. But I'm telling you, when I first started, within the first month or two, I was so interested, and it was just fascinating. And horses don't have a collarbone like we do, and their front end, between like their legs and everything, is held together with ligaments, and it's just fascinating to see. Like, it's amazing. Very, very, very interesting. So I loved every minute of it. I never knew that was a thing. Yeah, it's a pretty big thing now. I wish I could give my elderly kitty a massage. Well, you can. There are things to watch for. I can't talk about this and colour at the same time. It's awkward. It doesn't matter whether it's horse, human, any animal, dog, cats, whatever. Just make sure they're not wet. Never massage like a wet horse or anything, because you can give them skin blisters. When you massage, you make sure you are not just doing the skin, just the surface. Make sure you are putting pressure on there, so you are getting into the muscle. If you are just moving and slipping the skin over the top, you can cause skin blisters. Always stay with the hair lie, no matter which direction. The main lymphatic system drainage is in the armpit and in the groin. So if you stay with the hair lie, if he was in here, I'd show you. If you stay with the hair lie and direct with the hair flow down towards the groin and the elbow area, they are the main two areas of drainage for the lymphatic system. So any toxins in the body and things like that will direct and then disperse through the body. And, of course, they will expel through feces and urine and sweating. If you are ever massaging, whether it be human or animal, and they start sweating, immediately stop. Do not proceed. There's something going on there. Suggest you get the vet or doctor or something. There's something going on. You shouldn't break out in a sweat. What else? There's heaps. Basic, like if you're doing with the hair, lie with the flat of your hand, the whole of your hand. That's called Effleurage. You can do direct thumb pressure rotations. You can do palming. There's all sorts of different techniques with massage. If you're going to go near the stomach, make sure you always do it in a clockwise direction because you're winding them down, not winding them in an anti-clockwise direction. That will wind the digestive system up and the intestines up, and that's not good. If you've ever got a pain in the stomach and you go to the toilet and you've got a bad pain in the tummy, in a clockwise direction, put the palm of with the whole of your hand, just your whole stomach, your whole abdominal area, just rotate around your whole stomach, and you'll find that you'll start to, and you'll feel movement. Trust me, it works. Because you're winding down the intestines, and it works. It'll get rid of wind or anything else that's wants to come out. She would hurt me. Yeah, well, cats don't really like their stomachs being rubbed. I mean, some do. Tess was all right if you did it the right way, But yeah, Wesley will bite if you rub his tummy, but it depends too. If you're doing it the right way, you can get away with it, but generally it's a sensitive area for cats. When you said dead horse, I remembered my dad said that it is tomato sauce. That's dead horse. Yep, tomato sauce. Her hops are bad. Oh, her hips are bad. Well, that's another thing. You got to stay away from spine. Stay away from any bony areas. Stay in the bulk of the muscle. Never, ever massage on top of bone. And then you got to feel for heat, cold, whether there's bruising there. If you injure yourself, you can massage around the injured site, but don't massage on top of it. If you do hurt yourself, the best thing we should really do first off is alternate hot and cold packs straight away, which most of us don't do, But one of the director said to us, what's the first thing you do when you hurt yourself? And we're all sort of hurt. You had to think about it. But the first thing you do, if you bump yourself, you usually rub it, right? And if you think, and you probably, if you bump yourself today or whenever, you might, think about this now. You'll be conscious of it. It's true. You hit yourself and you go, ow. And the first thing you do is you rub it. But on injury sites and things like that, don't massage on top of it, massage around it. And then over a period of a few weeks, you can slowly work into the area. Bone fractures, there's things that you have to really avoid and you just don't massage. Like I said, if they break out in a sweat, they're on medications. If you're pregnant, if your animals are pregnant, things like that, you have to be very careful of. 12 months of learning and years of learning and being around horses all my life, it's impossible to rattle it all off. But there are things to be aware of. I don't want to get scratched. Well, if your cat likes to be petted and stroked and things like that, just go with the hair flow. Stay away from the stomach area because that's sensitive for them. That's one way of getting scratched. Some cats love being smooched and petted. Wesley's 5 months old, so he's at that feisty stage. But there's times when he's really affectionate and he's rubbing up against my leg or whatever, or he wants a cuddle and I'm holding him and I can give him a pat And there's other times where he's like, no, I don't want that, and he'll walk off. Like, he's 5 months old, so he's not really, he does and he doesn't sort of thing. When I first got him, I didn't know if he was ever going to be affectionate or not. Some cats aren't. They just like leave me alone. If they want a pat, they'll come up for one. Otherwise, leave me alone. It's personality as well. When I got him, his eyes were a little bit, they weren't bad, but they were a little bit mucky. It was not, the vet wasn't worried about it. Just keep an eye on it. And also his immunity from his mum and all that sort of stuff. So when he had his third booster, he was fine. His eyes are fine now. But when I first got him, I did have to give them a bit of a wipe a couple of times a day. And of course, because of that, and of course he doesn't like it, like a 2-year-old. Yeah, Eddie, don't do that. Don't brush my hair. Ah, whinge. Typical child. He didn't like his eyes being wiped. I don't know many cats that do, but and from that, he had to have it done whether he liked it or not. And of course, he likes to bite hands. And the one thing you should really not really do is use your hands as a toy for your cats, wriggle and wriggle. But I do. That's just a little, thing that I do and don't really care about. Same with horses. Scratching their bums is not a really great habit to get into. But Bally, she loves her back end. She loves her tail, top of her tail being scratched. You get the farrier here. You're doing car, and she comes up and she starts to back up to you, which is not a great thing if you're inexperienced with horses. But I know horses, been around them all my life. I know her body language and everything else. And she loves a bum scratch. And most horses do love a bum scratch. So it just, it depends on your animal, depends on the personality. If you don't want to be scratched, but she likes being petted, then just pat her back and, the side of her stomach, like when she's lying down, run your hand along the whole length of her fur, staying in the same direction as the fur, but stay away from her stomach. You can get the cheeks and the head, and just massage the cheeks and the head, things like that. Oh, wow, this is so cool, and so are your birdies. Thanks, Sherry. She does if she's in the mood. Yeah, well, that's like most cats, yeah. I have to run. Have a great Easter. See you later, Belinda. Have a good one. Eat some chocky. You're never too old for chocolate. You are multi-talented, Heather. Yeah, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. That's exactly right. Anyway, yeah, rambling on. Done most of the birds. I'll keep going. I'll do his tail and then I'll go. So everyone can start saying goodbye to each other and all that sort of stuff. I loved horse massaging. There's a lot, I've massaged horses where they've been very, very flighty, very timid, don't like other people, they've been abused at some stage in their life by previous owners or whatever the case may be, or they've been injured or whatever the case. I do remember one I went and doesn't really like other people, massaged, and then she said, well, I'll just go inside and make us a cuppa, because he'd go home with you. Like, not a problem in the world, absolutely loved his massage. Whereas at the start, when you get there, they're like, who are you? what are you going to do to me? You know, like they're very, very, very standoffish. Don't want to, you know, don't like strangers at all. Getting all my pencils mixed up now. Which one do I want? Golden, no, not goldenrod. Mineral orange. But if you're going to massage, just be careful. There are things to be aware of. Now, people, you know, years ago when I used to work at a turkey farm, she was into horses and dressage and that. And this lady, she's an instructor, a riding instructor. Anyway, they washed Judy's horse and then they started massaging it. And I'm like, you're massaging a wet horse. And it's like, Judy, they should never, ever, ever massage a wet horse. You're going to give it skin blisters. But oh no, she's a riding instructor. She knows everything. Well, she's not qualified to massage, and she should be massaging a wet horse. And I just shook my head and thought, it's not my problem. You know, I said to her, they shouldn't be massaging a wet horse. But anyway, it's like, it's your, you know, I just told you, it's up to you. Not my problem. Had to, you know, nothing I could do about it. And she's qualified riding instructor. She's not qualified to massage. But, you know, there are a lot of horse people out there that think they bloody well know everything, and it's one reason why I don't bother with it. Oh, one of many reasons, but, you know, it's like I just shake my head and go, I can't be bothered with this shit. You tell them stuff, you tell them what they should be doing and what's causing the problem or how to prevent it, how to fix it or whatever. And they don't listen, and it's like, well, you know, whatever. And it's not just the horse community, it's a lot of stuff, you know. They know best. And it's like, oh, well, off you go, enjoy, whatever. Oh, I know what that is. That's part of the dots on the outside. It's not part of his tail. I'm going to use the copper signal. Yeah, one of the last horse massages I ever did was a 9-year-old standard bred, which are, you know, your harness racing horses. And he had some stuff going on there, you know, and I massaged him and he's been doing this and that. And you know what? I really felt like turning around going, you know what? This freaking horse is 9 years old. Are you ever going to retire him, or are you just going to run him in races until he drops dead, you know? Because quite often by that age, they're retired and moved on to horse riding or just retired in the paddock or whatever, you know? Like, how long are you going to race this horse for, you know? Like, they're going around and around and around and around and around in the one direction since they were 2 years old. They don't work in both ways, so one side works harder than the other, and yeah, there's a lot more to it. But it's like, I can't be bothered with this shit. You try and tell them, you know. But I honestly wanted, you know, professionally I couldn't do it, but I really wanted to turn and say, you're going to let this bloody horse retire and let him have his days, you know, like, we're just going to run him till he's dead. This is just not right. He's 9 years old. And I was brought up around harness horses. My mum and dad had a pacer when I was like 4 years old. So I spent quite a bit of time around that industry see what happens and everything. Royal Melbourne Showgrounds, we were doing a prac lesson, and there was a horse sale on thoroughbreds. And this guy had this horse there, and anyway, I don't know, he come up and said, what are you doing? We said, oh, horse massage. He goes, oh, yeah, you can check this one over. It's like, yeah. He goes, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. So my lecturer put her hands on him and ran her hands down, and the horse nearly fell on the ground. The guy freaked out. It's like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with your horse. You know, people don't realise there's nothing wrong, blah, blah, blah. The horse is trying to bite you when you're doing the girth up, or kicking when you're doing the girth up with the back leg, or fidgeting, or throwing its head around and doing all these different things, and you tell it off or give it a smack or whatever. The horse is trying to tell you that there's something not right. It's in pain. It's hurting. There's something not right. And yet we, as humans, punish them and go, cut it out. You're being naughty. They don't want to be naughty. Horses are one animal that they like to please. If they understand what you want of them and they're ready, and, you've done the right training and everything and built up to it, they're eager to please. They're not a nasty animal by nature. I got me black licorice jelly beans today. Nice catching up with you. I'll share you. Have all my black ones. I don't eat them. Man, I would pick them out as a kid. You're feisty. I love that. Gotta go. Have a great Easter. Bye, Aspie. Take care of yourself. Have a nice Easter. That's sad. Well, it's what happens. But yeah, I'm feisty naturally, but it's just stupidity pisses me off. Ignorance. Just things like that. All right, guys, have a lovely Easter. What a conversational stream this has been. There is no shortage of that going around. No. You all have a wonderful Easter. Happy Easter to you all. I'll have a bit of chocolate for you. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. And I shall talk to you all soon. Nom, nom, nom. Bye, guys. Thanks for being here. See you later.